Google just told us Gemini Omni can create anything from anything. But while 99% of people are just going to use it for funny cat videos, the top 1% of creators are using it to replace entire production pipelines. Today, I'm putting it through the creator stress test, from scientific explainer videos to realistic anime and real video editing, to show you the workflow that actually gets results. Starting off, we see here that they have this interactive maze where the ball is going through this obstacle course and is able to do the twisting turns and even able to zigzag through the maze and everything. Let's also try that with a video using Google Gemini Omni.
This looks simple, but it tests real-world logic, gravity, impact, timing, and cause and effect. Nothing should move unless something physically causes it.
What we see is the ball roll down a ramp, even hit some dominoes, and even being able to flip a switch and see how everything collides and have the ball bounce into a cup. This is very subtle but very powerful, where Gemini Omni is a AI that really understands physics as well as other knowledge about the world. So when it's generating videos, it's able to simulate how this would actually be in the real world. Here's the prompt I use for that, but it's only a 10-second clip, but it's able to understand how everything works. But it didn't just stop there. I was able to add in that audio in there explaining how everything works. But here is another type of video that also shows the power of Gemini Omni when it comes to understanding real world physics.
A tornado forms when warm rising air and changing winds create rotation inside a storm. As that spinning air tightens, a funnel drops cloud toward the ground.
That one was an explainer video of a freaking tornado, how the pressure system rises and the cold and hot air interacts in order to make the spiral. And the prompt was pretty simple in order to make this. And this was done with one shot. But it didn't just stop there. I was also able to make another type of video explaining how volcanoes work. Check it out.
A volcano erupts when pressure builds underground and magma rises to the surface. Once that pressure breaks through, ash, gas, and lava burst out.
What you see in that video was a very detailed understanding of how a volcano actually works. But not only that, in each video, it was narration talking about how it actually played out. So Google Gemini Omni can actually understand real world physics and even have the narration be accurate. We've seen in early examples where it was like this guy writing on this chalkboard, which was actually Gemini Omni. But what was more impressive about it was how accurate it was with the math that was being put on the board. So this elevates the game as far as what you can create and how realistic it actually is. Think about making your own explainer video. But it doesn't just stop there. I was also able to use Gemini Omni to turn anime into realistic videos. Starting off here with this scene from Dragon Ball Z. And that scene with Goku powering up from that movie, I just put in a prompt to ask it, can you make this scene into a realistic video? The person should be real and everything. And it was able to give me this video with one shot. But it's not only that, I was also able to make another one. Here's the after from me trying to make this anime into a realistic clip. Check it out. As you've seen, that anime vampire clip was actually something I made myself using Cdance 2.0. I actually have a video not too long ago that went over how I made this and the full scene for that, but I ended up testing it to see how well it would look in real life, and it didn't turn out too bad. This is all using Gemini Omni and the power of being able to basically edit videos and turn animated videos into realistic looking videos. But we tested the real world knowledge of it and even its ability to cut it one video to another video, and it didn't turn out too bad. Some generations were admittedly better than others. Also, they have a way of, if you wanted to upload your own video from like your phone or something that you're working on, like project, you can actually allow Google Omni to edit the video just with a few words. So I uploaded a video clip of this man talking, and I transformed it into a whole another scene where I had this woman come in who wasn't a part of the video to begin with at all, snap her fingers a few times, and each time when she snapped her fingers, the video scene changed. Check it out.
Audio has been greatly improved. Dialogue sounds especially clean. Audio has been greatly improved. Dialogue sounds especially clean.
That's absolutely crazy, the power of this, being able to add in different people, different objects, and for it to be able to mix and match and add everything into the scene pretty seamlessly too. That was only an 8-second clip, but I do think it was still pretty powerful. That's not the only thing you can do. You also have the ability to use this agent when using Flow, which basically helps you edit your prompts, find better angles, and just helps you overall when you're trying to create different videos. I definitely use it to brainstorm and actually create better prompts for most of the videos that we've seen here. But Google I/O came out not too long ago, so I will be testing a lot of the features and products that they released. So if you want to keep up with the latest and greatest AI, you should definitely like and subscribe. With that being said, your boy Dex Not Dexter out.